Hello everybody and welcome back to the Day 1 tutorial series. This is Metropolis. Okay, this is Metropolis. So, when you land here after finishing Zeldrin Starport, you have to, assuming that you've skipped VidComic 2, we'll have to do VidComic 2 skip, so I need to explain that. If you have collected VidComic 2, that is fine. That way you would just go VidComic 2, you would skip comic, VidComic 3, skip comic, VidComic 4, skip comic. However, VidComic 2 skip is very, very simple. It just requires some precise timing. So when you open up VidComic, it's going to put you at VidComic 3. Now, obviously, I can't skip this because the game wants you to do it in a linear progression. So it wants you to do 2 before you do 3, before you do 4. However, we're going to use a manipulation of this save comic menu. So when I go to VidComic 1, this is what you have to do. You have to scroll up to VidComic 1. You're going to activate the skip comic menu and the password menu at the exact same time. So you're going to scroll up, and you do both of that by pressing X and by pressing square. You have to press them on the exact same frame. So you're going to take your thumb. You can probably do this with 2 thumbs if you really wanted to, but I find it easier to do it with 1 thumb. I kind of put the middle of my thumb between the 2 buttons. Like this is, if this is the middle of my thumb, I put it between the 2 buttons, or you can put the middle of it on X. Really, whatever helps you best press this, and then you just press them both at the exact same time. And if you did it right, the password menu will come up, and when you open VidComic, it should say Direct Comic or Skip Comic or, you know, whatever menu pops up here. You're just going to press X. And now you've skipped VidComic 3. So you scroll down, and now you've skipped VidComic 4 as well. And then when you exit out with triangle, you get the cutscene, and you get the coordinates for Metropolis. So once again, you start on VidComic 3. You go to VidComic 1. You press square and X. At the exact same time, you press X. And then you would press down, double tap X, and then press triangle. Some pitfalls: if you press square before X, you'll open up the password menu, but then when you re-enter, nothing will happen. And the most dangerous mistake you can make is to press X and then square. So it doesn't say it, but it says if you press triangle, you won't skip the comic and will instead enter it. But what it doesn't tell you is if you press any other button beyond triangle, it'll do the exact same thing. So if you press X and then square, maybe it doesn't do it on PS3. What? Why isn't this doing this? Well, this is weird. Normally what happens if you press square, at least it does this on PS2, maybe not PS3, but it will enter the VidComic. So you just have to be very careful when you're doing this. Maybe I also eliminated the possibility of that by activating the comic skip. That being said, just make sure that you don't press X and then square, or triangle by chance, because then you'll enter the VidComic, and then you'll have to exit out, and you'll lose a bunch of time. If you're on PS3, you lose like 15 seconds. If you're on PS2, you lose a lot more than that, because it takes longer to exit and enter the VidComics. So once you have all that done, you charge back to your ship, you enter the ship, you go to Metropolis. So I'm going to show a little bit more of an advanced strat, and then I'm going to show some basic stuff you can do as well. Actually, you know what? I'm going to show you the more advanced one and then tell you what the basic one is. So here, we're going to do our only ammo purchase of the entire game. We're going to charge down to here, enter, tap X once, exit. Now this menu is also why you do not want to have the Insomniac discount. Do not activate the Insomniac discount on the Starship Phoenix, because if you have that discount, there will be another menu that pops up here that says, congratulations, you are a Gadgetron employee, or whatever, and you have to press X again to exit out of it. So to avoid that, you just don't even get the Insomniac discount. It doesn't matter, you don't need bolts. and it saves you a text box. So, charge once, charge twice. Now, we're going to charge a third time and do neutral long jump, but the easy strat is to just go over here and activate the cutscene. Anywho, charge a third time, neutral long jump, hyper strike. So I'll show that again. Charge, triangle, X, triangle, charge, 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 neutral long jump. If all of your momentum halts there, so let me show you a quick pitfall of what can happen right there. Let me show you a quick pitfall. Let me see if I can demonstrate it like that. No, I can't accidentally do it wrong. I'm too good at this game. But if you cancel your charge like here or like around here-ish, there's a chance you could lose all of your momentum and not go forward and be able to make it over there. And the reason that happens is because the game thinks you're going from ledge to ledge, so it's making you do a falling neutral long jump like this. Look at that, like a falling neutral long jump. So you'll still have charge momentum, you just won't go forward. So you want to make sure that you're kind of looping around this way. And then hyper striking. Here, you're going to charge forward and then stop. You're going to double jump onto the boxes. And then here, we're going to double jump up here. Or we're going to single jump onto this box and then double jump and then grab the ledge. Once you're up here, swing the wrench. Jump up to here. Jump up to here. Pull out your whip. And do a whip jump. That's fine if you make it like that. It doesn't have to be fancy, it doesn't have to be amazing. You just want to make it up over. So I'll demonstrate all this again, and then we'll enter the Clank fight. Someone in the chat is currently reminding me that if you want to avoid that falling neutral long jump, you can hold L1 a little bit longer. Thank you for that, Scott. And that is true. If you hold L1 for longer, not that long, obviously, but if you hold it a little bit longer, you'll avoid a falling neutral long jump. So once again, single jump onto this box, double jump. Well, I hyperstruck there. That's something you can do, but if you want to make it a little bit easier for yourself, ledge grab, climb up, wrench swing. Single jump, pull out whip, and then whip jump on over, and hyper strike. And then you can just charge when you're over here to enter the Clank fight. Now on PS3, this is a very interesting thing you can do on PS3. If you're practicing this fight, for example, if you're practicing Metropolis and you have this fight available to you before you start doing runs, you can death abuse 6 times to activate... I forget exactly what it's called. Somebody in the chat remind me. But act something or other? Act manipulation? Act tuning. That's what it's called. Thank you, Jesse. You can activate act tuning. Now, I don't know how many of you actually know this, but act tuning is a thing that exists in Ratchet and Clank. Many of the games, actually. Every time you die on a boss, or even just die in levels in some of the later Ratchet games, but let's just say specifically for bosses, every time you die on a boss, up to about 10 times, the boss has less health and does less damage. So, like, for example, I'll showcase act tuning, and then I'll just show you what we're going to do here. So if I hit Giant Clunk once and then twice, you can see how much damage that did. But if I die and then re-enter the fight, it'll do a tiny, tiny, tiny bit more damage. See, it did slightly more that time. It might take another death to... It might take a few more deaths to truly show how much more damage it does. But anyway, if you're on PS3, you want to throw yourself off this ledge 6 times. And that will allow you to kill Clunk in 2 shots. However, if you don't want to take it that seriously, that's fine. It only saves about a second anyway. So if you're on PS2, or if you don't feel like act tuning on PS3, you can just fire a 3rd shot. And you don't have to shot cannon weave. You just have to shoot in a straight line, and the damage will take care of itself. Once you're done here, if you are on PS2, I'm trying to think how this would work. If you're on PS2 and potentially PS3 solid state drive, you want to save. Actually, I think it's only going to be PS2. If you're on PS2, you want to save here and then load. If you're on PS3, you want to take the taxi. I think regardless of whether or not you have a solid state drive or you're just using the standard PS3 hard drive, I think you want to take the taxi. I'm not 100% sure of that though. Anywho, if you're on PS2, save and then load to go back to your ship. If you're on PS3, take the taxi. If you're on PS Vita, you want to save and load. Save and loads are very, very fast on Vita. Although I really don't recommend playing this game on Vita anyway. But anyway, yeah, you can take the taxi all the way back to the ship. And bing, bang, boom, you are finished with Metropolis. You're going to go back to your ship once you hop off the cab here. And then you're finished. So let me show all of that once again in one fluid motion. 2, 3, neutral long jump, hyper strike. Or if you don't feel comfortable with that, just enter over here and take the cutscene and end up right around here. Well, yeah, let me just show you. Might as well. So you start like right around here. You can go like right here. Or if you're going from the other way, right around here, you just charge once. Double jump onto the TNT crate and then jump up to here. Jump on this box, double jump, ledge grab, climb up, swing the wrench, jump, jump, whip jump. Swap weapons. Eventually when I get to the shot cannon, if you want to do it in midair, you can. If you don't feel comfortable with that, that's fine. Enter the giant Clank fight. Do 1, 2, 3 shots. And then take the taxi if you're on PS3 like I am. Or save and load if you're on PS2 or on Vita. So that is Metropolis. Hold on, let's see if we can swag out here a little bit. Where's the blimp? Where's the blimp? I demand the blimp. Where is she? I know she's here. My great white whale. I know you're around here somewhere, blimp. Like fish in a barrel. Oh. Like fish in a barrel. Alright. Well, thank you very much for watching this video, and next time we will be back with Crash Site. So, hope you guys are looking forward to that. And you have a fantastic day, okay? See ya.